Welcome.
Episode 54.
54. Almost at 53.
That was last week.
Yeah, that was last week.
Okay, so, time out.
Thunder was there.
It knows this show
It
is
knows
coming.
episode 20
It's here.
Struck lightning.
No, welcome.
Episode 23.
Episode 23.
Urge Weekly.
Oh,
Urge Weekly.
no. It's the Ultra RC Hobby Show. Everyone knows that.
Tonight on the Ultra RC Hobby Show, we talk about...
Oh, why?
You're wrapped up.
Dude!
But then I saw you go like this and I couldn't help but laugh.
The grimace was real. Ouch.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry.
What a clammy hands.
You want to do it to me?
No, I'm good.
I got tough legs.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Episode 54, Ultra RC Hobby Show. Tonight we're going to talk about new stuff from Traxxas.
Ooh, like the Stampede.
Blazer?
And the Blazer.
And the
The
Trx-4 sport kit. That really just nosedived hard, dude. You, like, this is going to be one
Well,
of
I didn't
those-
know what you wanted me to say next.
What else do you want to talk about? Just like, you could just be like, we're going to talk about stuff.
I didn't know if we were going over the Traxxas vehicles or just mentioning them.
Maybe we should not, because, I mean, that gets kind of long, right?
Okay,
Does that work for you?
one more time.
Okay, do you want to run the UDRs sometime this week, too?
Mine's still broken.
We can run mine. I just need to fix the controller. I mean,
Yeah.
get some running footage somewhere. Okay.
Once
Ready?
my bell cranks come in, though, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This week, next week.
This week. Do it first one. Yeah. Okay, ready?
Don't pay. Episode 54, Ultra RC Hobby Show.
We're going to talk about new stuff from Traxxas.
And we got some drivers painted out.
Stay tuned. Welcome.
Welcome.
Episode 54.
He's Chris.
No, you're Chris.
Oh, and he's Aaron.
No, I'm Aaron.
Oh, right, you're Aaron.
We got her. We got her figured.
We figured it.
We didn't say 53 or 52 or 36. I mean, we're 2 or 3 steps ahead of the game already. So, on tonight's episode, we're going to talk about some more of the extra stuff from Traxxas.
Yes.
And, Chris, you got his guy painted. The dude.
Heavy in the paint.
Okay, well, let's show me your dude.
So, my girlfriend painted up the driver for the Yokomo YRS Roadster. So he's got the little beard and everything on there. It says RC Deebs on it. She did a pretty good job on that. Now it can look a little more realistic.
She's pretty artistic.
Yeah.
So, have you driven it yet?
Yes.
First
For
impressions.
about 3 minutes.
First
It was
impressions.
tons of fun.
Yeah?
I'm going to be a little skeptical on taking it outside just because of the size.
You know, the
And
ground
running an
clearance...
open wheel is just like, if I touch anything with those front wheels, I might break it. So it's going to be a cautious build. It'll probably live most of its life on the shelf. But it's a nice car, and I bought it for mainly a shelf queen.
So, are you going to build a trailer and pull it behind, like, Trx-4, maybe?
That might look pretty cool.
I think it would look sick.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a new Blazer with the yellow-white with the...
I really
yellow
want to
Blazer.
build a trailer for my X01 to pull behind the UDR.
Really?
Race truck pulling a race car around.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
They're
wherever
the same scale.
But I mean, wherever the UDR would go, the trailer wouldn't, or the X01 wouldn't. So I'm kind of confused.
Oh, I have proof that the X01 can go almost anywhere a UDR can. I think it jumped higher than all the other UDRs.
You sure did. You also did front flip, and it was pretty sick. So that's the thing. So you like the car.
Yeah.
Would you recommend people to buy it?
Depends. If there was a racing league or something, yeah. But for part support and stuff, this car doesn't have tons from our suppliers, so probably not. But if you like it as a collector's car or something nice to look at, then yeah.
So can I just like fling it off the counter?
No.
Okay.
That's
No,
why I bought it. I
she
bought
did.
it because it looked cool, and it looks like the Lotus Super 7 or the Caterham 7 Fireblade, so...
She did a super good job painting that, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed.
She did good. Okay, so topic number 2 is a project that we're going to be working on.
Mm-hmm.
You excited?
Yeah,
Should we tell them what it is?
do it.
Okay, so you have a project. It's going to be awesome.
We're gonna be working on it.
Yeah. And we're going to show it in the show.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was good. Is that enough?
Is that enough? I don't think it's enough. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to build a 4-wheel steer 4-wheel drive
TRX-4.
TRX-4. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We're excited about
using
this
more
build.
than one chassis. We'll just say that.
Yeah, Chris is offering his TRX-4 Defender
Mm-hmm.
as a base.
Yeah.
Like, we're
I'm
going
gonna chop it up.
chop it. So, we were going to just look at doing a TRX-4 Sport.
Mm-hmm.
But we're like, I think everyone's going to want the TRX-4 Sport kits before we just chop one up.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna get Chris set up with a brand new Blazer. And then we're going to take his Defender and we're going to...
Frankenstein it.
Yeah. 4-wheel steer.
Four-wheel steering. That's gonna be pretty cool.
So make sure you tune in to future episodes of the Ultra RC Hobby Show to see us posting pictures, build tips, what we had issues with, and kind of get everybody in the know on how to make a 4-wheel steer TRX-4.
Yeah, 'cause we don't yet.
Yeah, we're going to just totally wing it the whole way through. I feel like we kind of know what we're doing. Not even a little bit.
I
So,
built a 6x6 before though.
true.
So I mean, I've cut chassis up.
Yeah, mine.
I've custom made links before.
We're good.
We're good.
So we have to say a big thank you to Chris at High Performance Distributors.
Yes.
He's the one that actually gave us this idea, and he said it would be really, really cool to see this actually happen. So he's going to kind of make it a reality, and you're going to see it become a reality on the show. So make sure you tune in.
It's gonna be extreme. So Traxxas has a whole bunch of new vehicles.
yeah,
Yeah.
we got the scoop. It was a busy week last week with Traxxas kind of not dropping, but dropping products. Somebody spilled the beans a little bit early. But Traxxas did release, officially, TRX-4 Sport Kit.
That comes with a ton of accessories.
Yeah, so with that Sport Kit, you're going to get clear body. You're going to get all of the extra accessories in the back. So the Expedition rack, traction pads. You're going to get axe, jack,
Headlights,
taillights,
Yep.
gas cans, everything. It's going to be a sweet kit.
and it's a clear body as well.
Yep,
so
so
you
you
get to
get to
paint
paint
your
it.
own color.
So you're still going to get portals.
Mhm.
You're going to get single speed transmission,
Block diffs,
lock diffs, but no
no
electronics.
electronics. So save you a little bit more money that way. You can throw in the better stuff that you want to run.
And it's a little bit cheaper than buying the TRX-4 chassis kit, the full one, that has the 2-speed transmission and the locking unlocking diffs. So Traxxas did save everyone a couple bucks that way, and still include wheels, tires, and body.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. They also released a Stampede 4x4 kit.
So the first basher kit from Traxxas that's ever been really released.
Yeah, you're kind of right in
Yeah.
saying that. I mean, they've done a couple weird things like this before, but I think the best part is the price. It's going to come in at like under $300.
And I think it's based off the brushed kit.
That is correct. From what I've seen pictures-wise,
Plastic camber links.
plastic camber links, plastic center
thin
drive
steering
shafts, thin steering links.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be different. I mean, if you have a person that wants to, say, build their first kit and have some electronics kicking around, maybe from like a 2-wheel drive Stampede or Wrestler, not a bad way to get into the 4-wheel drive scene.
Exactly.
You just have to rob all the parts out of your 2-wheel drive to make it work. But I mean, you can still rock 12-turn Titan, XL5, 2056, 2075
All that
steering
stuff's still gonna
servo,
work.
and you get the painted body, so it still comes with a clear body.
Which
So,
is a nice thing, yeah.
I mean, it's nice because you can kind of customize it right out of the box.
Start out with a customized truck right from brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another cool thing, the big one, really.
The Blazer.
Yeah. So this wasn't really supposed to come out when it did. Like, they never really fully announced it. So Thursday last week, Thursday or was it Friday?
I think it was Thursday.
Friday, because we would have had
Yeah,
the
we
show.
would have had on the live.
Yeah. So if you don't know, we still do a live every Thursday at 7. Or 6. Thought I'd just
6.
throw a shameless plug in there. But anyway, they released that Blazer on Friday, and I had a whole bunch of people tagging me and the shop, and people phoning the shop saying, hey, is Traxxas actually releasing this Blazer? This is actually a thing. Is this not going to be a phony baloney, like just random pictures that somebody generated online? I called the supplier, and Traxxas is none happy.
Yeah.
None happy about somebody spilling the beans early.
But I mean, now they've got it out of their website. They've got their videos out and everything. So
Yeah.
they kind of
They
embraced
fixed
it, right? Yeah.
They fixed it. But it's going to be a sweet truck. I mean, you're going to get a hand-painted body.
Yeah.
You get it in black or red,
Or that
Or
orange and white.
yeah, the
I
creamsicle.
really like that classic orange and
The
white.
creamsicle,
Yeah.
that's what I like to call it. So you're gonna get a whole bunch of cool stuff. So hand painted body, you're gonna get those new slot wheels. You're gonna get
Those
all the
nice
chrome
center
accessories.
caps on there too. Really scale. Yeah.
Yep. And it's gonna be on a 12.3-inch chassis, so it's gonna be standard. So the wheel wells and the fenders are gonna be actually on the chassis, not like the Defender where they're on the body. You can
nice.
attest for that.
Yep.
They're also going to be locking, unlocking discs. But until we get one or get a little bit more information, that's about all we know so far. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. They already are showing pictures with lights in them, though. So that's nice.
We can usually expect a light kit from Traxxas.
Eventually. I mean, the price is a little bit more, so I'm not really sure the huge price jump other than the hand-painted
Maybe
body.
it'll come with lights.
Maybe. I mean, we're going to get a first delivery truck here. So we're going to do a live unboxing on our Facebook page. So make sure you like and follow the Facebook page. We're also going to have the option to come see it in the store. So you can come see it, touch it, take the body off, have some fun. And then we're also going to set up a trail run with Chris.
Yeah.
And Chris is going to take a whole bunch of people down to the trail at Diefenbaker, and we're going to go take it and put it through its paces. So it's going to be so cool. This is going to be a fun release.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget, we're doing the pre-order combo deal, like kind of a special combo deal with them. So with that combo deal, you get the free t-shirt, free Traxxas shirt, and you also get a free Traxxas calendar with your deposit of a Trx-4 Blazer.
What a deal.
I thought so. But your pre-order has to be in before March 16th, which is a Saturday. So 1 week from when this video airs.
Get those pre-orders in.
Yes.
You want your Blazer.
Limited quantities on shipment number 1. So yeah, there's all the new stuff from Traxxas. I mean, they're just dropping products like it's hot.
Yeah, they started early.
I mean, this year, the way it's looking, with Traxxas doing kind of the products they've been releasing here as of late, they're really focusing on, the beginner to mid range person. It wasn't like last year. There was a lot of products released last year. But I think the hard part with last year is we had the UDR come out. We had the X-Max 8S X-Max, E-Revo 2.
Yep.
But a lot of those cars
Lots
were,
of big vehicles.
like he said, big.
High price point.
Correct. And that was the thing. A lot of people kind of got steered away from them. So with them dropping a whole bunch of stuff, in that under 600 price range, even under 400 price range, I mean, like, dang, a lot of people were pumped. And especially with the Trx-4 Sport Kit, kind of going back to that.
Yeah, that's a really nice price for that guy.
A really nice price, but
Lots of accessories.
I think the best part is the direct competition to an SCX-10
Oh, yeah.
The Raw Builders Kit is under 300, so it's about $100 more to buy the SCX-10 or the Trx-4 Sport versus SCX-10 Raw Builders. But you get a body, you get wheels and tires, which the Raw Builders Kit does not come with. So I mean, that in itself is a huge advantage.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody knows, like, buying a body is $40-$50
And
minimum.
it all adds up.
Plus paint.
You gotta paint it.
So
and if you reinforce it,
yeah. So I mean,
put
the
$100
body.
into a body real quick.
Yeah, the body itself is the difference in price. Plus, you get wheels and tires. So, I mean, that's super cool. I'm pretty pumped.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think so. So this
Brian
is kind of.
pre-ordered one, didn't he?
There's about 4 people that pre-ordered.
Oh, isn't that
Sports.
awesome?
There's tons of people getting into it. So I'm pretty pumped. So that was kind of the new product tips. We were so pumped that we just had to throw it in like right off the top. So we're pretty excited. I don't know if you can tell. We're going to talk about it a little bit more in depth with the supplier on Thursdays as well on the Ultra RC Hobbies live 1 hour after 5 on Facebook.
Yes.
So check that out. We also forgot we still have some clips from Evan's Tekno ET48.3 rebuild. I swear, we're almost at the end. I know some people said it's getting boring, but here it is. Just finish
Here's
it
some
right
more
off.
pro tips.
Pro tips.
Pro tips.
Okay, so this is like a really big pro tip, this one. This is the importance of checking your inner hinge pins. So on the Tekno, it's captured by a D block and a B block and a C block and an A block. Whatever end you're working on, there's either going to be an A and a B block or a C and a D block capturing these hinge pins. So now the problem is we want the hinge pin to go through the arm and have a really smooth run, right? So I mean, this has a pretty good hinge pin, right? You're going to have no suspension bind. You can spin the pin, but when you drop it, it drops right through. So now looking at the other side, the issue that we're having here is you take your pair of pliers here and you try and grab this hinge pin out, and like she's stuck in there pretty good. So now this isn't going to be very good for trying to have a really smooth working suspension, right? This is going to be bound up. It's not going to want to move freely. So now the issue is we're going to have a truck that if we only checked one side, that side's going to move super freely and it's not going to have a huge bind on the pivot, where the side that you don't do is going to have a huge bind. Or say you don't do this back end at all, that's usually where you're going to have a really inconsistent truck. It's going to want to huck-a-buck on you. It's always going to want to pick that back end up because the suspension can't move freely. You're going to also wear out these little inserts, depending on if you have inserts on your hinge pin holder. It's going to wear those out super quick because now all the movement's going to come at the pin, the pill here, instead of through the arm and everything moving freely by itself. So this is one big thing that you should always check. Every race, every couple races, it's only 2 screws if you don't do a rebuild, because I mean, this is just 2 screws on the pill or the hinge pin block. That's it. And you can pull your pins out, check them, make sure they're straight. These are one thing that you always want to make sure. And if you roll it on like a piece of glass or something that you know is smooth, a setup board, just to make sure that they don't have any play to them, because you can see them where they're hockey sticks and they have a huge bow to them. And then you can clean them up just with using an SOS pad and a drill. You can also use toothpaste and polish them up again just so they're nice and shiny and they don't get worn out. So something you should always check. Inner hinge pins, slash people, you should always check your inner hinge pins as well, because yours are threaded. 9 times out of 10 they're starting backing out of the car, bulkhead, you know, out of the arms. Something you should always check as well. And it takes 5 minutes. Quick, easy, painless. So another pro tip would be to always watch the orientation of your pills. It's very easy to actually get them upside down. So always have your setup sheet. There's always one of these in the back of your manual. This is one we actually built for Evan, specifically for the Chilliwack race, as you can see. So just make sure that you always follow your pill chart and you always just take a second glance, because it is really, really easy to miss a step, get the wrong one in upside down or sideways. So always just double check your pins and your pills are in the correct location. Okay, so we're here rebuilding the shocks on Evan's ET48.3. I want to give a couple pro tips on things to look for when you're rebuilding the shocks and things to always check before you take it apart. So first things first, like I already disassembled this whole shock package for the rear, but one thing you always want to check out is the boots. So these are our boots here, are going to keep the dirt and debris outside of the shock and keep the seals and all the O-rings in better shape, because it's not going to allow dirt to go in there and wear through the shock shaft, wear in on the seals, guides, or any of the O-rings. So what you want to do is you want to visually inspect them, make sure there's not a crack or anything in them. So we had one of them here, let's see if I can find it, where it had like a huge tear in it. This one right here. So as you can see, it has a huge tear in it, and it's going to let a whole bunch of dirt and debris inside that shock body and shaft and wear stuff out. So always make sure you check out shock boots. The other thing to check out is before you take it apart and before you take the rod end off, take the spring retainer off and the spring and see if you can fluctuate the shock piston up and down through that shock body freely. If there's any point of resistance, always be a little bit leery and always make sure you check the shock shafts after you take them out of that body. So we have 2 shock shafts here. So the easiest way to check if they're good or not is give them a roll on a flat surface. So you can see this one has a nice little wow to it. So that's not going to run through that shock very freely. So take the piston off of them, check them out. So we have to replace a front shock shaft and a rear shock shaft. And it's that simple. If you're not really sure if your surface is flat, you can always check it on a piece of glass. That's going to be your best way. Glass isn't going to bend or twist, because if it does, it's just going to shatter. So that's always the best place to check out if your shock shafts are good or not. So the other thing to always check for is the seals, so the O-rings, and if you're running bladder, make sure the bladder's not broken, or if you're running emulsion, make sure these emulsion O-rings inside those shock caps are still in good shape. And a lot of people have trouble getting these little O-rings, those little guys right there, onto those screws. So I'm going to show you how we put those on and make it a little bit easier. So the trick with these that we find is you want to get a piece of paper towel and kind of open it up a little bit, put the screw on your 1.5 and just place that little O-ring down on the counter. So if you want to just like that. So then what we do is we just put the screw on the O-ring like that and just give it a couple twists. And what that'll do is it'll put the O-ring on that screw. So you can see it there, the O-ring's on just the tip of the screw. So now all we got to do is roll it down just like that. So now there's no trying to fight getting these little O-rings on those screws, and that screw is now ready to put inside that emulsion cap, ready to go. You're not fiddling around, you're not doing nothing. So that's a quick and easy way to get those little O-rings on your Tekno emulsion screws. Just FYI. Okay, so I'm gonna give everybody a tip on how I put the seals. So all our seals are right here. So the Delrin seals and caps and O-rings inside the shock bodies. So personally, how I do it is a little bit different than some other people. So what I'll do is I'll start with our 1.5 driver. And what we'll do here is we're gonna build this shock in reverse. So we're gonna start with the most bottom piece, so that being our bottom hat bushing. So we're gonna put that onto our shock shaft, just like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our low-C shock O-ring grease, so this stuff right here, and we're just gonna put a little line, let me get this in here, just put a little line on the bottom of that, and we're just gonna soak it in. Next, we're gonna put an O-ring on there, and we're gonna squish it down. And what happens is you can see there's a little bit of shock O-ring grease that's kind of come off. We'll just coat the top of the shock shaft, or the top of the O-ring, and then what we'll do is we'll put just a little bit more on the top there and just wipe it in. So next, we're gonna need to put a spacer on here. So we're using the Delrin guides and spacer set from Tekno. So we're gonna put the guide on there, and you'll see more shock O-ring grease has kind of exploded out to the side there. So let's coat everything, put another light little coating on there. So, slap our next O-ring on, bada bing, bada boom. Again, give it a quick wipe, and put just a dab more of the shock O-ring grease on the top there, and just kind of wipe it in. And now, all we have left is our top guide. So that goes on just like so. And then we'll give it a good squish, make sure all the excess O-ring grease is gonna cover the sides of the O-rings, get everywhere it needs to be. So pretty much we've built the whole cartridge set on the tip of the screwdriver. So now the cool thing with what we need to do, and since we built it in reverse, is we get to take our shock body and just go like this. Slide it right on, just like that. So now we have all of our O-rings, all of our guides, everything now installed in this shock body. So the next thing we need to do is just twist on the end. So what I recommend people to do is just get this on. Don't tighten it down all the way. And then what you want to do when that's put aside is we want to take our shock shaft here, put a little bit of O-ring grease just on the bottom of the shock shaft, just to make sure that the threads don't tear the O-rings when we put this in. Put it in just like so. And now, when this comes out, this whole shaft has now lubed the inside of those O-rings, and we can wipe off the excess, and now we can snug down this cap. And what we're essentially trying to do is not squish the O-rings, and we want the shock shaft to move in and out of here freely still. So we can just start snugging it down, keep testing it, everything feels awesome. Take our shock cap tool, give it a quick little twist here, don't want to go too tight, make sure it still moves freely, and there you go. That's how we quickly and easily, without getting too messy, rebuild these Tekno shocks. So I thought I just want to give you guys a quick tip on how to do it and keep it quick and simple. And realistically, if you wanted to do it, you could build all 4 of your guide sets on that screwdriver and just put them inside that shock body, quick, easy, painless. So just a quick tip, thought you guys would like to know. So, that was episode 54,
Yes.
Ultra RC Hobbies Show.
Yes.
So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
Don't forget to share with all your friends on Facebook.
Yes.
I feel I see how this is going to go. Don't forget to follow him on Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, RC Deebs.
Yes.
Man, it's too much work for me, Deebs. I don't know what to do with my hands.
No.
So, that was episode 54. Like we said in the video, don't forget to get your pre-orders in for the Trx-4 Blazer, or the Trx-4 Sport Kit, or the Stampede 4x4 Kit. Holy
And
lick.
Make sure you check out our website,
www.
www.ultrarchobbies.com.
I made it do all the work. It's awesome. So yeah, that was episode 54. Thank you for watching. We will see you on the next one.
Bye.